Welcome to Starkville, Mississippi, affectionately referred to as Stark Vegas, where earplugs are highly recommended because the cowbells will be ringing. Mississippi State about to put it away as we start the festivities. Bounces through the end zone. It's a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. So Alabama's offense will get the first possession of the game. There are always butterflies to start a game, but when you have a rivalry like this, the adrenaline is pumping on overdrive, guys.
They aren't all the same. We say that, but we know differently. The blood is boiling. The temperature is hot. Jesse, you want this week more than most.
Yeah, and David, we played in these games before. Everything just seems to be heightened, right? The game seems to be moving faster. The crowd noise feels louder. Your composure will be tested early in a game like this.
One play in this drive and already out to the 41. It's first down. They've really performed at an elite level in conference play, and that'll build your confidence as we continue through this SEC season.
This was a team that was really motivated in the offseason coming into this one, and they knew the challenge ahead of them, but they also know how talented they are. And, David, they're putting that on display each and every week here in SEC play.
And let's pump the brakes because if they're...
And it's intercepted. A turnover from the defense. They make the tackle after the turnover, but hang on just a second. There's a flag on the field. Let's see if it stands. This offense plenty happy enough with the result of that play, so they just let the official put that flag back in his pocket and decline the penalty. Offense set on first down. Wide out in motion. They'll go to the ground. Just willed his way for a couple out to the 35.
I'll tell you, this is a running back who's very, very dangerous, and the defense did a good job getting him down there. But they got to do a great job game tackling because this is a guy that can break tackles and turn those types of plays into home runs.
And it's incomplete. It was wild, high, and wide on that one. After the second down misfire, looking at a 3rd and 8. Trying to make that rush think on the draw play here. And he'll go down, but he delivered the business end of his stiff arm to that defender on the way. And the Bulldogs will snap it on 1st and 10. A little pre-snap eye candy for the defense. Escapes trouble. And this sophomore able to wreak some havoc and get the sack.
One of the things I love about this defense is they're so versatile in ways they can get after the quarterback. In their last game, they came away with 5 sacks, came from all over the place. They got the win. So you know in this one, they're going to dial up a lot of different looks. It's going to be tough for this offense to try to keep their quarterback standing up straight.
Finds his man. It's Burns. And they're able to get him down.
And that's why play action is going to be big in this game. You saw how it just frees the second level of that defense just for a second and allowed the tight end to work himself vertically down the field. But how about this guy after the catch, right? So hard to bring down. What a weapon.
They'll stick to the ground looking for the marker. He gets it so close to the first down marker, but I think he's going to be a touch short. So Mississippi State will have to punt this one away. He ought to be able to use this first punt to pin him deep. He'll get it out to about the 20-yard line, and that's where they'll mark him down. The Tide offense rolls onto the field. Boy, they had that last drive moving a little bit, David, but then the mistake just crushed them.
Yeah, and those mistakes are going to happen. You're going to throw the football, you're going to throw interceptions. But I think I stay aggressive with this offense. I get back to what I did in the first part of that drive that made me successful.
I agree, David. Just turn the page if you're a quarterback, right? On this drive, you did a lot of good things there leading up to that pick. Forget about it, move on, play the next play.
Alabama pushing the tempo.
Well, with the weapons this offense has, you knew it was just a matter of time in the run game before someone was going to break a long one. They've just been running into a wall. They just couldn't seem to find their creases and get enough movement up front, but they finally got it there, picking up the first. Let's see what happens next.
Looking at a 2nd and short now. Caught in the backfield. It's Green. Looks like Alabama will pick up the first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. They'll try the run. A strong tackle and wrap-up from the junior. Sometimes people say, if you're good enough, what's the big deal about going on the road? Well, if you're not careful, you might find out in a spot like this one, guys.
Yeah, no doubt about it. This is a hostile environment, and you know you're going to be getting the opponent's A-game for this one. They've circled this one all off-season, so they better be ready to bring it today, David.
And the hardest thing to do in college football is to go on the road. Everything about it changes, and you want to shut this crowd up early. You don't want to get...
Lets it fly deep downfield. And they weren't able to make the connection. They were looking for an explosive play. We anticipate this one being much tighter than the last time these two met when it was a blowout, David.
And here's the thing. You got an opportunity right now. You got the football early in this game to show you. This is going to be more of the same, Palmer.
Well, we talked to both coaching staffs and players, and they're all very aware of what happened the last time these two teams played. So expect everybody's A-game today. Reese, you're right. We expect this one to be a lot tighter.
Now on second down. He's looking to throw. Right down the middle. Got him downfield. It's 1st and 10 from the 31.
It's a really nice-looking throw. This dude is a weapon in this offense at the quarterback position. It's so funny. You know, I think back to guys like Greg McElroy and A.J. McCarron, guys that may or may not have unfairly been tabbed as game managers. And then you think of Jalen Hurts, Tua, and Bryce Young in recent years, and just how dynamic and versatile these guys were at the position and how they've really helped take this offense to the next level. Watching this guy reminds me a little bit of that.
Going to work in the red zone. They can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. Out of the gun, the inside handoff to the running back. He'll be brought down at the 5-yard line, and this defense is on its heels. Alabama comes to the line with a 1st and goal. Now on the option. He's got it down to the 1-yard line right on the doorstep of Pater. Now the offense tries to punch it in on 2nd and goal. He'll take it himself. And he'll race it to the house. Touchdown, Crimson Tide. And the extra point makes it 7-0. Precise, relentless execution on that 13-play scoring drive. And they capped it off with a 1-yard punt. From inside his own 10, he'll try to help out their field position. Couldn't find a way to create that broken field as he stopped at the 25. Here comes the Mississippi State offense, ready to attack. They hope to be able to cash in on this drive, David, after having to punt it last time.
Yeah, and I think this offense needs to start it with the first play. You need to be successful and productive on that first play, and it gets you in less predictable situations.
No doubt, too. Don't you just feel like there's a little bit more sense of urgency on this drive? It just feels like they've got to be able to put some points up on the board here.
He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3. Ball spotted at the 29. Here they come on 3rd and short. Running back goes in motion. From the gun on 3rd down. They get enough rush, and it pays off. The sack at the 20. Mississippi State will roll out the punt unit. 3 and out. They got stuck in reverse. They hope the punt can bail them out. Looking for a block. It's Ellington. And the returner will be knocked down. Here comes that Alabama offense. David, they'd love to do what they did last time and put this one in the end zone.
You ain't lying. They did a great job. The offense was clicking. Everything went well. Palmer, they executed and got the touchdown.
And they really were in a nice rhythm as well. And I'd love to see that here on the next drive, too. Just keep doing what you're doing. Everything seems to be working, and you seem to have this defense on their heels.
On 2nd down, he's looking downfield. And that one's incomplete. We're taking a shot there, but couldn't hook up. Let's see what they do here on 3rd and short from the 41. They'll try to run for it. He gets the job done on 3rd down. They move the chains. It's at the 37. On 1st down, here comes this offense. On the option. Not much of a gain there on the ground, and that will do it for the first quarter. So Alabama takes the lead into the quarter break. One period in the books, and let's take a look at the stats. Got a little work done on first down, now back to the line. Wide receiver shows motion. On the move. Solid fundamentals on that tackle from this freshman.
You know, I really like this keeping running the football because I know he's got a lot of speed. He's not the biggest guy in the world, so he's not going to be able to break a lot of tackles. So we really got to do a good job of trying to scheme ways to get him out in more space.
On third down, he drops the throw. Got his man down the middle. And he's going to be just short of the first down. It's going to bring up a decision for this coach. Ball's at the 29. They'll keep the offense out there and go for it. And he's brought to the ground, but not before he gets enough for the first down.
Well, I don't think the defense was expecting one on that last 4th and 2 play. Good job by the offense keeping him off bounce with that play call.
Trying to get to it. The sweet feet keeping the play alive.
Quarterbacks are, there's so many adjectives to describe them. Calm, cool, collected, accurate, so on and so on. But a lot of times it's just smart. Understanding the situation, the down and distance, and knowing where that first down marker is. Great job going to get that first down, a new set of downs.
He's up to 51 yards rushing and getting ever closer to that 1,200-yard mark. And he takes it to the house. Touchdown, Alabama! Ready to try the point after. And with the extra point, they push the lead out a little further. About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown.
That makes the score Alabama 14, Mississippi State 0.
On the move from inside his 5. Good job by the coverage unit to stop the return man. Here comes the Bulldog offense back onto the field. Now we'll get a chance to see if they can answer that last score, trailing by 14, Jesse.
Yeah, and at this point in the game, I feel like offensively, you should go back to what's been working for you in this game. Don't be afraid to dial up plays that you've already had success with, running it and throwing it. It's okay to repeat plays down 14 at this point.
And I would also say, Palmer, kind of understanding that my defense is not playing great. So I know offensively, I got to put some good possessions together here, make something happen on this side of the football.
He's going to let one fly down the middle. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact on the play, but no flags. It'll be third down. Guys, this rough start is hardly what they had in mind to start SEC play, and it's not going to get any easier.
Well, no doubt about it. There were big expectations surrounding this program inside SEC play this year, and things haven't necessarily gone their way. They've had to fight a ton of adversity, but, David, they believe they have the leadership in the locker room to turn it around, but it's got to start today.
Yeah, one at a time. Like, we got to start today. We got to find something. We got to find what we're really good at, what we can hang our hat on, so we can start to build some momentum throughout the season. Obviously, not the start we wanted, but we got to point to the next opportunity.
Wide open, and it's a foot race. You want to talk about dynamic ability to flip a field on display right there, and it was just about a return for a touchdown. And this, my friend, is what you call advantageous field position. Starting to draw, and he rolls into the house. Touchdown, Bama! They are seizing control and taking away hope as they push out the lead in this Week 8 showdown. And he did make that extra point, no issue with the treacherous footing. About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown.
Mississippi State.
He'll start the return inside his 5. And the returner goes down. The Mississippi State offense headed back to the field to go to work. They just haven't been able to get anything going, and they better get started or it's going to get away from them, David.
Yeah, and these are the weeks that you really wish that you were playing a video game and you could just reset the console, start over, Jesse, and make something better happen early.
They just look like they're sleepwalking in this first half, and it's not just one guy. They just...
And the quarterback goes down at the 11-yard line.
And they've been waiting for something good to happen with respect to getting after the quarterback, right? They're outside of the top 100 in the country in sacks per game, but finally now you see they're generating this pass rush.
Lost one deep down the right side. Oh, he's playing with fire, and he's picked off. Didn't really get a chance to get started on that return, but he has set him up at the 41-yard line.
Well, the defense was expecting pass on that one, 3rd and long. They dial up the perfect coverage and a great job in the back end, reading and reacting to the quarterback when the ball was in the air, coming away with a massive interception.
He'll pull it down. The ball's free. And the defense jumps on it, and they get that turnover. Now we'll hang on here. The coach has called a timeout. He wants the officials to take another look. Thinks he's got a good shot at getting this one overturned. This coach wanted to be absolutely certain on a challenge. He was right. The previous play will be overturned. Just nosing into enemy territory at the 49. It's 1st and 10. He wants to throw. Getting some heat. At the 35, he's loose. They finally corral him, but he turns that into a big gain and a 1st down. From the 30-yard line on 1st down. Going with the ground game left. And there were no creases or crevices to run through, and they shove him out of bounds.
Well, this offense came into the game knowing they wanted to be physical. They wanted to establish the line of scrimmage, and they're running downhill right at this defense, and they're churning out positive yardage early.
Halfway there on 1st down, it's 2nd and 5. He's looking to throw. Grab near the marker is Ellington. He's run out of bounds, but not before turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a 1st down. Pushes ahead. Touchdown tie. And they take it in for 6 more points. The coach wants the officials to have another look at the monitor. Using a timeout here, thinks the call is going to end up going his way.
The identity of this offense is their ability to run the football. They're doing that in this game. That's now 3 rushing touchdowns on the day.
Might have to give that coach a flag and a whistle. He was right on in his view of the play, and the officials agree and overturn the call. Now it's 2nd and goal. Tries again to get it in. Going right back to the well, and this time he finds water. Gets it into the end zone for the touchdown. The kick is up and good, and put 1 more on the lead. Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown.
That makes the score Alabama 28, Mississippi State 0.
On the run from inside his own 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. 1st down here with time for maybe 1 more play until the 2-minute warning. He's looking to throw it. He's got his man. Excellent job working through the air there, finding a hole in that defense and picking up a 1st down. A new set of downs after the completion. They'll throw it on 1st down. Can't make the connection, and the defense putting on the heat and forcing the incompletion. This offense has a 2nd down play. After the incompletion, they go back up top. Almost had the completion, just missed it. They line up, and it is a long way to the sticks from here.
Obviously, when you're playing in weather like this, the ball is very slippery and it's hard to catch. The QB threw a bullet that time in his receiver.
And the defense is all over the quarterback, and down he goes. So Mississippi State will have to punt this one away. He's getting a lot of work. 4th time he's punted tonight. Really good job by the coverage team to make the stop, and that's where they'll put it in play. The Tide offense rolls onto the field. Really good balance on that last drive. They mixed it up all over the place, Jesse.
Yeah, how nice, too, to have the defense on their heels, because at this point, they don't know what's coming at them. They had problems stopping everything that last drive did.
So I think this defense would come back with a little more aggressiveness. I mean, they let them have what they wanted. Now they got to dictate to this offense a little bit more.
After the incompletion, looking at 2nd down. And excellent vision to find running room there and make a really good pickup before the defense put a stop to it. He'll try to do it himself. Shakes off the tackle. They finally make the stop, but he shows why he is dangerous on the run, too, and he's got a first down. Leaves it with the back. They make the stop right at the 30-yard line, but it's a 10-yard pickup and a first down. He has 89 yards rushing. He continues to impress as he leads the nation in rushing. And he goes out of bounds after a nice pickup on that one. They'll go to work on second down after doing damage on the ground. A designed run for the quarterback. And that defense pushing him out of bounds after a short gain.
And, you know, when we talk about great third down defenses, it really starts with them getting stops on first and second down. You've got to get those stops early in the drives to set up third and long, so that's a missed opportunity on that second down by this defense.
Alabama quickly back to the line. A most efficient pickup of 6 on first down. It's 2nd and 4. The clock will stop with this timeout from the offense. They'll get a chance to regroup on the sideline. Give to the running back. He works his way all the way down to the 3, and the defense is reeling. Running out of time here in the first half. They're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. One-step wrap, two-step squeeze. This junior knows how to get him on the ground. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. Now on 2nd and goal. Just going to keep it after the snap. Touchdown, Crimson Tide. And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. And they tack on the extra point for a 35-0 lead. So here comes the kickoff after the touchdown, and the last thing you need right before the half is to give up a big return. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. So the offense doesn't want to take a chance here. They'll just come out and take a knee and wrap up the half. That's the end of the 2nd quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update. The kickoff team out there getting set.
Number 11, set to kick this one away.
He'll bring it back from inside his 5. And the returner will be brought down. Here comes the Mississippi State offense, ready to attack. Nothing went right in that first half, in the first order of business here. Try not to be embarrassed any further.
But the comeback is possible. Remember 2006, Michigan State down 35 to Northwestern at halftime? They somehow came back and won the game. But it all starts on one play, and that has to happen here on this first drive for the offense.
Yeah, the first possession, because your possessions, you're only going to get so many possessions, and you've got to score on every single one of them. Offense, defense, special teams have to play out of their mind, but they have to believe.
4 punts already, and they've got to convert here to avoid a 5th. He's got an open man, and he breaks into the open. He's at the 10. Touchdown, Bulldogs. And once he found some daylight, it was time to make a house call.
Yeah, and really nice job seeing the middle of the field, seeing I can go deep and attack the middle of the field. You can tell he runs a post, ball's right on him, catches the football, and then gets to gallop right into the end zone for a touchdown.
And he takes this from inside the 5. Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. Here comes that Alabama offense. This offense has really been clicking in the game so far, Jesse.
No doubt. Everything their play caller is dialing up, these guys offensively have been able to go out and execute.
Yeah, and it's just maintaining the lead. Keep doing what you've been doing. You got a big lead. Let's just keep piling it on until they find an answer.
Empty backfield, 5 wide receivers on 2nd and 6. He's looking to throw. They're bringing heat. He'll pull it down and run. He gets the job done, picking up the first down, then getting down.
He does a good job of dropping back, going through his progressions. Nothing there. What do? Go get some yardage. Make it positive. Don't sit back in the pocket and force something into a bad situation or take a sack. Great job making something out of nothing.
Across the 45. He goes out of bounds, but there is a flag on the field. Let's see what this one's about. That penalty moves the ball back 10 yards. We'll replay the down. Clock ticks under the 4-minute mark here in the third quarter. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks.
Well, you're making a positive out of a negative. And that time, quarterback, nice job buying time. He's trying to throw the football downfield. Nothing there. So instead of throwing it away and getting the incomplete, just get what you can get and make this next down more manageable.
Can anyone catch him? The 20. He was on his way. He could smell it. He gets it inside the 10. They stop him at the 9.
I love this play call. You want to get your playmakers the football in space. What a creative way. This little kind of push pass by the quarterback. Get into the receiver's hands quickly and let him go make yards.
On 1st and goal, let's see if Alabama can get it in the end zone. The offense showing motion from the tight end, trying to get a read on the D. He bullies his way all the way down to the 5-yard line.
Well, he's had the hot hand, 3 TDs in the game already. I like just force-feeding this guy the rock some more here, Paul.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it. They've been the more physical team. He does a really good job finding the end zone, running the football. That's why they've featured him today.
Touchdown, Alabama! And the stomping has commenced.
Have yourself a day, young fella. You know why they handed him the ball a lot? Because he did that. That's his 4th trip to pay dirt. This dude has shown you a little bit of everything. What a great back. And 4 touchdowns on the day.
And the extra point will tack another one onto this lead. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Terrific showdown this week, guys. Let's take a look at what's going on. Georgia is currently trailing, but if this young star leads a comeback today, he could join Matthew Stafford and Stetson Bennett among the greats to play in Athens. They're trailing by just 4 to Kentucky. We've got our eye on things here and everything else going on right now, and any updates, you'll see them here, guys.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us.
That has got to be demoralizing if you're on defense because they just ran the ball right up the middle, down your throats, and they gashed you.
They're going to ride this running back. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
Great team defense on that run play. Everybody doing their job. People winning their one-on-ones, D linemen staying in their gaps, linebackers and DBs filling. You just can't do it better.
And they got him for the sack.
And this offensive line's got to do a better job. Man, you got to protect your quarterback. Listen, this offense is not playing great, but they got to somehow find a way to start to get something together here in this second half.
He uncorks one deep. And he makes the catch inside the 25. He is feeling it. A huge play. Almost took it to the house, but they got him at the 24.
The O-line gets an attaboy for that play. How about the time they gave their quarterback? Beautiful pocket. They allowed him to survey the field, find his open guy. This offensive line, they are jealous.
And this sophomore able to wreak some havoc and get the sack.
Man, I think this quarterback needs to take his offensive line out for dinners more often because they're not protecting him. And sometimes it doesn't even look like they're trying. That now the 6th sack of the game for this defense.
Unloads to the wideout. It's caught downfield. And he's wrestled to the ground.
Well, the quarterback has looked his way early, and he's looked his way often all game long. Now he's got over 150 yards when throwing to that guy.
Throws to the wideout. A beautifully placed ball to the outside and the toe drag for the big pickup. The offense threatening. Close to the end zone now with a new set of downs. With the run on 1st and goal. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. Can the D deny them on 2nd and goal? The run up the middle, trying to steamroll his way in. Defense makes the tackle, and that will probably be the final play of the 3rd quarter. So Alabama takes the lead into the quarter break. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up. They've gotten pushed back, but is still 3rd and goal. From the gun, wants to pass. Coming after it.
And the quarterback gets hit again. We already know this defense has gotten home to him multiple times in this game. So here you are, you're trailing in the game. Defense knows you're going to throw it. They're pinning their ears back. You can't feel very confident right now if you're the play caller, and certainly if you're the quarterback, that you're going to have time to throw.
So they were able to put up a 3 spot on that last drive, and now the kickoff team out there as they prepare to put boot to leather. The ball bounces through the end zone, and it will be a touchback. The Tide offense rolls onto the field. Man, what a drive last time for the touchdown. That passing attack was lethal, David.
Yeah, and you know, you hear all these stupid commentators like me and Jesse talking about create balance, run and pass. No, when you throw that good, spin the ball around.
So the defense has to find a way to affect the quarterback on this drive, because last drive he had way too much time to throw.
They're looking to get the edge with this one on the toss. Able to scrounge 3 yards out of that one somehow. It's 2nd and 7.
It's just so nice to know you can start off on 1st down with positive plays. Positive yards, hand the football off, set up a good 2nd down.
They'll try to get outside. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see which way that's going to go.
Holding, open.
Amazing how many times an offensive holding penalty will stall a drive. We'll see if the offense can overcome it. 2nd down coming up. They go to the ground. At the 45 on his way. And the defense drags him down.
Really good decision-making by the quarterback. Don't get greedy. Yes, I can make reads, and I can pull it, and I can throw it all the yard. If I can take 10-plus yards and continue to do that and continue to be smart with my decision-making, this offense is going to be very difficult to stop.
He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a 1st down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. They'll run it to keep the clock moving. Found a little running room, and they get him stopped after a pickup of 6 to the 32.
Yeah, and it's a nice decision by the quarterback when you run these RPOs. Man, if you can give it to him and you can get such positive yards like that, continue to do it. Make that defense react a different way, then I'll throw the football.
He'll keep it himself. And he won't quite get there, but boy, after that pickup, just a few inches to go for the 1st. An array of possibilities here. Complete on 3rd down. There to make the tackle, but the big throw is good enough to give them a 1st down. We've reached the 2-minute warning, and this offense will be quite content just to drain the rest of the time away. Alabama with a 1st and 10 here. Power football with the run. And they'll stop him just short of the 1st down, just inches away from moving the sticks. 2nd down coming up on this red zone opportunity. Quarterback checking the play. Got his man quickly. He's brought down, but he went backwards after that completion, not the way they had it drawn up.
I like the decision by the quarterback there. I mean, you'd like to think your receiver in space can make a linebacker miss, but that's just a better job tackling by the defense.
Couldn't quite nudge it in. Not sure you could get much closer, but it'll be 1st and goal. Alabama pushing the tempo. Quarterback keeps it. And they get nothing. The ball remains at the 2-yard line. And they're going to put another one into the end zone as they just keep piling points on the scoreboard.
And this always is the debate of where you fall. It's your job to stop me, or I should get conservative. Because this offense obviously has had themselves a day, and apparently their day's not over. They're going to continue to keep scoring, and the defense better do something about it.
He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. Here comes the Bulldog offense back onto the field. This has been an old-fashioned fanny paddling, David. I mean, they've just got taken behind the woodshed.
There's nothing to say. This has been an absolute beatdown. Dominated from the start, Jesse, to almost the finish now. They have done nothing right.
Everyone's going to have a real hard look at themselves, I think, this week after watching the film and in practice. And they just got to take accountability. They have to understand, man for man in this offense, they've got to do a better job next time they're on the field.
After the quarterback and receiver failed to hook up, they'll try it again on second down. He's looking to throw. That's caught. It's Moffitt. He's really close to that first down marker, but they stop him just a bit short. Big third down coming from their own 31. Defense tries to get off the field. Using the quick game. And they'll get it to the 39-yard line, and they'll move the chain. How aggressive will they get on 1st and 10? Looking to move it through the air. Here's a throw downfield late. A sensational grab down the field there as they try to at least put a positive spin on the end of this game. You want to talk about big-time throws. This dude has a missile launcher attached to his shoulder.
And he fired that missile in the perfect area. But how about the receiver? You got to go up and make a play, too. Catch the ball with everybody around you. You know where the ball's going, and he's still able to come down with it. What a play.
After the stumble earlier this year, a lot of people wrote this team off. People might be searching for spots on the bandwagon again now.
Yeah, give this coaching staff a lot of credit too, Reese, because they made a few tweaks and adjustments schematically to their personnel as well, and they've really now seemed to find a nice rhythm.
And it's hard to find that early in the season, but the good teams figure out who they are, what they do well, and you can tell they're starting to get in the groove, figure out who does what well, and maximize that and accentuate that.
That's good.